These are the Woodover tumbleweed style fire starters. I kept them in the shipping box because, as you can see, they make a lot of sawdust. When I first thought them, I thought they looked great. Let's do a close-up. So I'm using these in a Kamado, in a small Kamado grill, actually the Kamado Junior, with lump charcoal. The problem I have with them is even when you put 3 or 4 of these in, they're so dense that they just smolder and smoke, and the flame is very small. This is when you put it in between the charcoal. You can see how dense it is. There's just no room for air to get in there. Later I tried putting them in the very bottom of the kick-ash basket so there was no charcoal underneath them and they could get a good airflow directly from the bottom. As I remember, I still had difficulty with them smoldering and smoking and not producing much flame. Then I turned on the overhead fan on the porch, and this got them going good. So they burn well if you get a lot of airflow to them, but the problem is if you stick them in between your pieces of coal, they just don't get enough airflow to do much good. Now, they might be fine in a wood-burning stove or other places where there's plenty of airflow, but putting charcoal around them is enough to practically smother them. They put out prodigious amounts of smoke, and they don't get the charcoal lit. They might also work well in a charcoal chimney at the very bottom, where there's plenty of airflow coming up from underneath. So if you're aware of the problem, there are ways to get around it, but they're not good in every situation.